Hi everyone, I have a few things to unbox. Now I have not opened these. It could be, some of this might not be pertaining to my crafts, but we'll still open it and we'll see. Together we shall see. Stick with me. I know you see this big box right here, but I'm gonna wait till later in the video to show you what is inside this. It just came today, and it's something that I've been doing a little bit of. You've seen it in some of my crafts, but I wanted you to see the things before I start working with them and making them into stuff. So I hope you enjoy that. It's got some really nice, neat things in here, and I'm excited. I'm excited to show you. I've got stuff on the desk I don't want to knock around. So, anyways, I don't want to rip this this bag. So I'm just going to cut it open with my little scissors. I finally remembered to have them. Okay, let's see. Now there's something in here. Okay, I don't know. I ain't got my glasses because I just went to the eye doctor today. Bad news, I have the start of glaucoma in both eyes, and I have calcium deposits on the nerve right at the back of my eye, and if they get any bigger they can press on that and I can lose my vision. There's nothing they surgically can do about it. And I also have a gel coating on the back, which is normal for people when they're aging, and the little gel area is peeling, and that can cause my retina to go with it. But so far I'm out of the woods. It's usually once that starts, usually within 8 weeks, if it's going to take the retina, it'll take the retina with it. It looks like there's been no change in over these weeks, and so anyways, I wanted to send my glasses. I had just got my frames last year, but my vision has gotten bad. I don't have any evidence of diabetes damage to my eyes, so that's great. So we got to just make sure we watch that so that doesn't ever happen and add to the whole thing. That goes with the 2 other diseases that's in my eyes. Dry eye disease, and the other one, blepharitis, I think, and it's where the oil glands get clogged up because it's no longer like oil, like olive oil or something like that. Mine is more like toothpaste. Okay, so now I have to massage them like this every day around my eye to express that, to try to keep it flowing. And I'm supposed to wear about 5 minutes of warm washcloth on my eyes, and that is so hard to do. You wouldn't think that is. It is. To add that to my nightly routine and my morning routine is just, you know how that is. Anyways, I can't see the little writing on this box to know if it's actually something that pertains to this, to our hobbies and crafts. Oh yes, that one is. And I think that's all in this one. Yep, all in that bag. This is actually, I can't read. So I had to send my frames off for them to put the new prescription in them. And so I can't read it. And I think these are all loose in this, so if I open it, it may fall out all over the place. I hope not. Let's just, okay, have they taped it? Yes, they have. Okay, these are, I'll let you see it through the box. These are chips. These are citrine chips with white quartz and citrine. It's real gemstones, and they have drilled holes in them. And what they do is you can use this. I'm gonna put these on the trees that I make, the like what is those bonsai trees? That's what my husband says the trees that I make look like. And that is what this is. If this will show up. Let's see if I can turn it over. And I will cut the tape and see if I can show you a little bit better. And what you do is you put the wire, I'll do a video on making the bonsai trees. I call them bonsai trees because there's other people that have different names for different things, and some people in the mystic gemstone type communities, they have their crazy names for it. We have our crazy names for things, but I'm not doing it for any chakra, or I'm probably not saying it right, but I'm not doing anything for that. I'm not into that stuff. But we can make things our own. And mine, I want to do like bonsai trees. And you can use these. I'm going to tilt it just a little bit so you can see these beautiful little, oh, they feel so neat. And you can always tell when it's a real gemstone because they will absorb the air coolness in the room around them, and they'll be cool to the touch. And they are cool to the touch. Something fake doesn't do that. And so this has 3 different tones. One's more of an opaque, one's more of an orange see-through, some are a little bit yellow, and then I thought that would be great fall colors for one of the little bonsai trees, to make a fall looking one, because we all love to decorate for fall. I know by the end of summer I'm so tired of it being so hot. I'm ready for cool weather. My mom ain't. She hates cool weather. She can freeze in the desert at 125 degrees. Yep. Now it comes with its own little mesh bag. Isn't that really, really sweet? I like that it also comes in a little box that you can hold them in. And it is full. There's just a little bit up here on this little corner right here that there isn't much in here. And I'll leave the links below if you want to get some to make you a tree. I will make that. I think I will try to make that video on how to make the tree. And if you wanted to make a fall one with me, you can get these at the links below. Okay, we love that. And I think I'll put that little baggie back in with it just to keep it so I don't lose it while I'm doing these things. Okay, so that's one of them. I hope you got to see that really nice. It's the same colors as these things back here. I had to tweak this camera. It keeps going back to standard, which any artificial light to a digital camera comes off as yellow. And I mean, it was getting yellow. I was getting some jaundice going. I'm going to try to repaint this because with the lighting and with the yellow, with the cream, yeah, it's not cream, it's a light cream yellow. I think this room is. Anyways, it's beige. And it just, everything comes off as yellow. And I have a time editing that away, and everybody said, well, you can tweak that with your software. Not when it's absolutely so yellow. I mean, it messes up all the other colors with it. It's hard to get the colors of the other stuff back the way it should be. So I tweaked it to natural color on here, and I hope it's hard to tell in the viewfinder if it's going to be correct. I know I have this to kind of go by. I love my dolphin shirt. Don't you just love that? I hope I ain't got no sloppy Joe on it from supper. Okay, let's see what this thing was. This was in that package. You know, they package everything together, and I hope I'm not cutting anything. Oh, okay, here's these wonderful little drops. These wonderful little drops that I put also on those trees. If If you go to sundancerartgallery.com, you can see the trees that I have already made. And one of them has these little drops hanging off. They're more of a teardrop. These are, I think, hearts. Or just round. They may just be round. I don't know. They're hearts. They look like hearts. But they're iridescent and they're clear, just like chandeliers. And I thought that was a nice touch for those little trees if you want to embellish it. And I only put it on one of each branch, so that way it wouldn't be too much. You know, okay, I don't know what this is. Yes, I do. Now I know. Okay, you probably have seen where I have done the seashell Christmas trees. You can see it over at sundancerartgallery.com. They are seashell Christmas trees, or trees. They are in the shape of a Christmas tree. You can keep them out all year if you have a beach house, beach themed. I mean, you don't have to put them away. They're not screaming green and red Christmas. They don't have lights on them, but they do have little pieces of sea glass in there, and also tumbled glass and some snail shells and some little, you know, some driftwood, little things here and yonder. But I needed plenty of these things, and I wish that I had went when they had them at the Dollar Tree. Well, Mumsy says $1.25 tree now instead of the Dollar Tree, because there's, you know, it's not everything's $1 anymore. Everything's going up. They had bags of these, and I only got like 2 bags, and I'm like, why did you not get all of them on the shelf, Lara? You're making these things with this stuff, and it's hard to find them. Oh, but that's okay. Beware, if you live in my town, when I'm doing my crafting, sometimes I want to get it in bulk, because there's so many things that's so expensive. When you see it, you better get it. I know that sounds selfish, but you have to, because a lot of times things are so expensive just to ship it to you and all this stuff. But this I did find on Amazon, and they are, and I hope they're, oh, okay. I'm not so happy now. I did not read closely. These are resin. They are fake. This brain of mine, but I still can make something out of them. Okay. Anyways, they're Starfish, and if you notice, they're round on this side. You see that? But they're flat on this side. I don't like that. I was thinking I was getting real ones. Oh well, that's when I get in a hurry and don't look. I could glue them together if I wanted to. If I wanted to. You know, if I wanted to do that. Or just for like a shadow box, it'll be fine. You know, I'll have a lot of stuff that I have picked up off the beach from several different beaches. I've had stuff from Fripp, which is sand dollars. I've got some things from Edisto, which is a lot of coral type encrusted stuff that looks like angel wings. It's just really pretty stuff. And you know, obviously seashells and beach pebbles. I didn't find any real sea glass at our shores. I have to order it from other places that have picked it up and sell it, or have made it and sold it. I make my own tumbled glass. And my husband's like, well, why don't you just get a bucket of sand when you go to the beach and put it in there, and then you can call it sea glass. I said, well, I still don't, you know, I still can't think that's not real or right or what. I don't know. So there's a dud right there. It's a whole box of them. You can see how they've been packaged. They were like this, and they were all packaged nice and neat. Came nice and neat. You see, there's a bunch of them in there. But I can use them. I can use them. They don't have to be, they don't, I mean, real, I mean, poor little starfish, you know, we don't want to deplete the starfish population. No, I better keep that because I might can use that, reuse that. Okay, all right, so far we have our chips, so far we have our starfish and our chandelier little drops. And now, let's check this out. Oh, I have a pull to open here. That was easy. Okay, the rest of everything is in here. All right. And you know what's so sweet is when they put those little sheer pretty bags in with the what you've ordered. That is just a nice touch. Now here's some more of the citrine. This is more of a lighter citrine. This is more of a darker honey color, if you can tell when I put it up to it. You can tell the difference quite easily there. Okay, and again, these are for, I'm getting ready for the fall. Oh, if I'd opened them that way, are they taped? Yep, they're taped on the side. Okay, stick my big old thumb in there and then couldn't get it off. Let's see if I'm cutting the tape right. We shall see. Don't want them to go everywhere, so I'm going to put them down on the table to open them. Okay, there we go. And are these in a string? No, no, they're little chips that are polished chips. They're not rough chips. They're not cracked and broken and sharp or anything like that. So you can see them right there. How nice is that? Isn't that pretty? Very pretty, huh? And that'll make a really good fall color tree. All right. Now, some of these are going to match what's in this box. I'm going to show you another one that I got, and it is, I keep forgetting that it's taped on the side. Okay, let's see if I can have to put it down there so you don't make a mess. This one comes with a really pretty heart bag, if you can see that. Isn't that really pretty? It's so pretty. I love it. And these are a mixture of blue, purple, and amethyst. It's fluorite is what this is. They look like amethyst, but it's all fluorite. This is real gemstones. It is fluorite. It's got the purple and the green chips in there, and they do have holes in them. They should have holes in them. Yes, I see one with hole. They should have holes in them. And they are cold to the touch. I just love touching real gemstones that's been polished because they're just so cold. It's like, it just feels good to the skin, and whenever you feel it. And I don't know if I'll let you see that long enough. I'm sorry. Let me see if I can get that to show you really well. So you can see the greens and the purples. Aren't they pretty? And they are translucent. You can see through them a little bit. I mean, light will come through them. They're not opaque. So there's another box of little chips that I was wanting. I was been needing them, and I bought some chips that didn't have holes in it. So now I'm gonna have to figure out. I'm gonna have to use them whenever I make a pendant with resin. Just have them in something and then pour the resin over them, or just pack them down in the resin or something. I'll figure it out. Ain't nothing you can't do without, when you have YouTube to look on to see how to do things. I have learned so much. I'm telling you, I used to have to go to the library, and I love libraries, to learn how to do anything. I'd get the books about it, and just read and read and read. And several books, different books would have different tips. So you kind of gleaned from them how to do stuff. And that's how I've always learned how to do things. I didn't have anybody teach me about horses, how to raise chickens, how to breed hamsters, Labradors. I could go on and on and on. Sewing. A lot of the crafts I didn't know how to do until I looked it up, and I'm like, hey, thing I learned real early is a lot of things are not as hard as you think it is, that you can do yourself and save you a lot of money. Okay, now here is the next one, which is a black, gray, and clear or white frosted color. This frosted color is going to be for one of the rocks I have in here. And I'm hoping this is going to be enough. Okay, so it should be, because I don't do the whole tree in these. I use seed beads along with it. But this right here is going to look really, really good. So I'll probably use 3 of these. Some seed beads along the side, and then when I'm done and have the tree finished, I'll use jump rings to put these on there. So this is just the black and white, you know, clear. I needed that for one of these in here. Now I have another one. Oh, I forgot the little baggie. Put that little baggie in there so it doesn't get dirty and it doesn't get lost. All right, now I have another little pack of chips. I forgot to cut the side again. This time I'm holding it because I opened it up. Opened the little thingies. Oh, I closed that one again. So this one comes with a little silver one. The other one was just a plain white one. This one comes in a clear silver etched color. Isn't that pretty? And these are, this is opalite. Okay, come on, I'm over here. I'm over here. It's not focusing on me. This camera, sometimes. Sorry, yeah, there we go. This is called opalite, and it's, I'll look it up more and I'll put it right here, what it actually is, what opalite is. And it's clear, milky clear, with an iridescent look to it, and it almost looks just like opal. So here we go, and these are again chips that's supposed to have holes in them. Let's hope they have holes in them. Yeah, I see a hole right there. It's going to be hard to see those holes. I'll have to use my magnifying glasses that I've got. Okay, here you go. I don't know if you can tell. I knew one of them would do it. I was just trying to get it to where you could tell the opal look to them. I was hoping you could see it. I'll pick those up. It won't take long. I mean, you can see these from a bit far away. So, beautiful opalite chips. Okay, now that we are done with our chips and the little things that's going to go on the things that I have got in this big box. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and let me just put it right here. All right. I have, now these will be for sale if you want them. I'm going to put them on my website, sundancerartgallery.com. This is a bag that has rose quartz in it. It has it's a sample of rose quartz. You have a rough rock here, and then you have one that has been polished. And it comes with a little card that tells about the rose quartz. And it's something, and if you want to start collecting them, start collecting rose quartz and things. Let's see if we can get it to zoom in on that. There we go. You can see there, you get the polished stone and the rough one. You can actually tumble this and make it look like this one. And the card does have a back to it. Gives all the information about the hardness and everything about rose quartz. Now I have only 3 of these, so if you want one, I will put them up on the website. I'll have them up on the website before this video goes out. So there's going to only be 3. So if you want one of these little sample rose quartz collectible things, see I have 3 of them right here, and they're all the same. You can see I got that. I ordered all of this. They have a live event every now and then, and it's called Gemsbymail. Gemsbymail on Facebook. Sometimes they have a live event and they have little auctions, or they'll show something on a number, and if you are the first person to comment that number, you get it. Once they've turned the paper over, they'll have a grid with numbers, and they'll have something on it, like this box of this on number 1, and this box, the black one, on number 2, and somebody will say, well, I want the number 2, and they'll go ahead and put number 2 in the chat before they have even got to number 2, before they've even got to number 1. It won't work that way. They have a little paper that they keep upside down, and when they turn it over, then you can put the number. That means they're going to start talking about number 1, and you don't bid on, you do not put number 2 down unless they say, okay, everybody, these are all chips. If you want any of these, you don't have to wait until I turn them over. Just put your number down. And whoever shows up in the chat that posts like number 2 first, it goes to you, and then you'll send them by a message on their Facebook page your PayPal email, or just your email, and you don't have to pay with PayPal. You can pay, they can send you an invoice anyway, or you can call them and pay. But they'll have a box, and for that whole night, if you see things you want, they'll put it in your box, and they'll have another night beside. It's usually they do 2 nights, and they will combine them. And if you buy something off their website, they'll combine it, and you just pay $14.95 free. $14.95 for everything. If you bought something on their website that morning, you let them know you did, and that you had some things that you bought during their sales on their live show on Facebook. And that's how this got to my house. Okay, so we got the rose quartz. All right, and now I have, now these are not going to be for sale unless you message me and tell me you want one of these without it being wire wrapped as a pendant. Okay, this is what I'm going to use these for. And what these are, I have 4 of them. I'll show you all 4. Okay, one's a little longer than the other. Ooh, don't break it, don't break it. They are arrowheads. Okay, they have different shapes. You see these arrowheads? Aren't they awesome? It's hard to see them in the bags, I know. I'll take one out in a minute. See, some are a little thicker and some are a little thinner. I have only 4 of these, and what I'm planning to do is wire wrap it really pretty. Maybe even just leather wrap it and make a pendant. And these are gemstones that have been made into arrowheads. I'm trying to do it without getting shadow on it. And turn it over. There's the front. You can see that arrowhead. It's really nice. I have 4 of these. If you just want it the way it is, let me know and I will give you the information on how to purchase it. I can put it on my site just for you and let you and send you the link, but you'd have to be quick so that way somebody who's looking at the site at the time doesn't get it. Now, this is also a gemstone. I'm trying to remember what it was. I'll have to go back and look. I forgot my packing slip. That one's a little thicker and a little more rough. This one's the smallest lengthwise. Yeah, it's a little fatter than the other one, the last one, but it is, let me hold it like that so you can see it, and then turn it over, and you can see it's rough, and you can see it's about the size of my finger, almost. 2.5, 3 inches at the most, I think. I would say carefully. This one's a little thinner. It's a little smoother. It's not as heavy as the other one. But I am going to make them pendants. They are a little bit sharp, so that you just have to be very careful. Don't shoot nobody with it. Don't put it on an arrow and try to shoot somebody. This is actually something that they would kill something like a deer with. It wouldn't be like, it's really not an arrowhead arrow. It's almost like a spearhead, because not so much a spearhead, but big game. They're gonna take down something bigger with these. I mean, if they were using these as that, if Indian was using these. Native American. Okay, now I have some of these little beads. They come to a bag, but they put them all in one. I want you to see these. Let's see if you can see it. Let me put you down here so you can see it better. This is these little beads. They are got a hole through them. And these can be earrings, and they are so cool. Oh, they feel so good. They're like little ice cubes. And I got them to it. They were like, I ain't gonna say how much I paid for them. This is, you got 2. And so what they did is the ones that I bid on, or the ones that I chose, they put them all in one bag for me. Okay. So these 2 go together, these 2 go together, these 2 go together, and these, you know, so on. But aren't those really pretty? They are really cool to the touch. They're just, it's cold in my hand. I love it. I love gemstones because of that. I love my glass and the stuff I do with glass because it's just as brilliant as gemstones. And it doesn't get as much respect, but you know, but gemstones, this comes out of the earth too, and it's just it's so fun and wonderful to appreciate the things that the Lord has made. Aren't they pretty? So I'm going to set them right there. The next thing that I'm going to get out is, oh, I need my packing slip. I can't remember what this is. Wait a minute. This is zeolite. This big sucker is zeolite. Look at this. Look how nice. Isn't that nice? And I'm going to make a big tree with this because this is heavy. It's wide. It's as long and long. It's as long or longer than my hand. You can see right there. Longer than my hand. And I'm going to make a big pretty wire tree with gemstones on it, and that's what those black and white chips are for. I love this zeolite. I have a few more pieces of this. They had it at a wonderful deal, wonderful cost, wonderful piece. This one as well. You can see how pretty that one is. We love that. That one will make a tree. It's going to be more of an upright tree, if you can see how it's going to sit. Like that. And now, oh, let me pause it and go get my... Okay, everyone, I got my paper. All right, this is zeolite. Yeah, that's a zeolite. I'm not saying it right, zeolite. It's zeolite. That's what these two are. I'll put them right there. Now, this next one, I believe, is a blue kyanite. I think. I'll have to go back and make sure and look. But I just want you to see how crazy this is. Look at that. It's like pieces. It does kind of come apart a little bit. It's got crystals, long crystals and little bitty crystals. And it's blue and white. It's really interesting. It is kind of little pieces coming off in my hand and falling. That's the only problem with it. It's really neat though. Really different. Blue kyanite. I've got to figure out what I'm going to do with this one because it is kind of crumbly, but it feels like it's going to stay together pretty well. Look at there. Just these little things that wants to come off, but you'd have to figure out a very delicate way of taking care of it, and it sits like that. Like that. Almost looks like a shoe. And I was going to make a tree out of that if it's stable enough to where it won't crumble away when I put the wire on it. And then we have this little thing. I am guessing this is the blue opal I ordered, but I have to go back on the video and make sure because they don't label them whenever they send them to you. Isn't that crazy? And I'd never heard of blue opal, but this is blue opal in the rough. And so if I tumble these will turn out really nice. I may leave them the way they are because it is rough, and it's really neat to see things in the rough stage that you haven't ever seen before. That's 2 blue opal and 1 lapis. This is lapis, and you can tell the difference. See how you can tell they look a lot alike, but they're not. This is blue opal. You see, it looks a lot alike, but it's not. This is lapis lazuli. Lazuli, or whatever anybody wants to say it. But that right there is lapis in the rough. I may do a little teeny tiny tree with this one because it's only, you know, in my hand like that, and do a little blue bonsai, little tiny one. I can do that. Okay, and let's see. That's another zeolite. That's what that is. Okay. Here's another zeolite. It's a little bit smaller. It has one big, huge crystal in it. It almost looks like a bone, doesn't it? But this is really neat. And you can see where they've broke it away. You can see that. How nice it is. And I'll put it right there. Okay. Let's see. What are these? These are 2 turquoise and chrysocolla. These are 2 turquoise and chrysocollas. One's flatter. This is actually turquoise with chrysocolla in it. You can see it right here. Kind of mixed in there with it. And it's more of a greenish. You can see the more blue right here. It's more blue. And these are just really pretty. Really, really, really pretty. And they'll make beautiful trees. Fancy little bonsai tree. And they go on the bottom so that way it holds that tree down. And it's a part of the earth, which is neat. Yep, green adventuring. it has green on it. I mean, it is green. It's not quite as blue or green as these, but it will tumble to a really pretty smooth stone, in which I may tumble this one to have a nice pendant. It takes about 6 weeks, I do believe. And wait a minute, I'm not going to do that one yet. Then I've got several of these. These are agates. Slabs. One of them is cracked. I was kind of upset over that, but like this one right here. But sometimes these imperfections happen in nature, and it's just there. It's not all, I don't think it's all the way through. At least I don't feel it on this side. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not all the way through. I don't feel it on this side, but you can see how nice and pretty that agate is. That's a green one. And they have cut them in half. I mean, in slices. You can see how this blue one is. How nice and pretty. And this will be a pendant, or it could be on a leather bracelet. It's probably a pendant. I don't know. A little too big for bracelets, but they'll be pendant. This one's the one that's cracked, I think. Yeah, but it's just on one side and not on the other. So it may have just been an imperfection in the actual agate itself. So, anyways, and these are brownish for people that are wanting stuff for the fall, wear, you know, fall stuff. And this is the side of the rock, around the side the way it was. This was not broken. This is the side of that rock. It's rough, just the way that the outside is. And those will be pendants. This is the big thing. This was my big splurge. And when you see this, this is just awesome. It has a rainbow effect. This is going to be a tree. And you can see, it almost feels like lava. And the name of this is, let's see. Let me see, which one is it? Carborundum. This is called carborundum. It has a metal look. It's kind of rough to your fingers, so you don't want to handle it too much because it's gonna be rough, but you would want to set it somewhere for someone to see it. It is gorgeous. It has wonderful a rainbow color to it. And it's going to make a nice sized, you see how big it is? It's going to make a nice sized tree. So look for this one. It's not going to be cheap, because this stuff, this was the more expensive of all of them, but they had some great prices on these. Anyways, if I went to any other place that sells these, they want over $100. Oh, well over $100 for smaller pieces than this. So it's not that expensive. It's not going to be that expensive on my site. So, but it's not going to be $9, okay? You know, because this is just a fantastic piece. It's very rare, almost. You don't see it much. So it's going to make a really nice, and dare I put it on top of that. And they sent a free 2 or 3 stones for tumbling to make jewelry out of. And they sent it for free. A little free gift. If I can open it and show you. One's a quartz. It almost looks smoky. Almost looks smoky, like a smoky quartz. That looks like an aventurine as well. And this looks like the Labradorite. Yeah. Not Labradorite, I'm sorry. It's the Dalmatian type looking I have to figure that out. I'll put it on the screen. I'm so sorry, my brain isn't working. I'm still learning these things. And I have a app on my phone that you can take a picture of a rock if you don't know what it is, and it will try to tell you what it is. So you can learn that way. And sometimes it's not accurate, but most of the time I've noticed it is. Anyways, I hope you all have enjoyed watching this crazy world of mine, of all the new stuff that I've been getting into in my crafting, and just I get so excited to start doing all kinds of things. You know, too much at once, too many things at once. Yep, and this little rock is rocking back and forth and it's driving me nuts. I hope you really enjoyed this. This is really some really neat things. What things are your favorite? Have you done any kind of gemstone collecting, rock collecting, anything like that? Have you tumbled stones and made them into jewelry? Let me know all of that stuff, and see if you can send me pictures on my Facebook page of Men's House. Send me a message through there and let me see your pictures. Also, I just love hearing from y'all. I love each and every one of you. Thank you for watching this, taking your time out and watching it. Please, please hit the like, subscribe, and the notification bell buttons if you like this, and if you want to not miss anything. That bell is very important, so that way you can see each and everything that I upload and you won't miss anything. Subscribe, that way you can find me over in your subscriptions. If you forget who I am or my name for my channel, you can find me there, and it makes it easier for you. And it also, the like button lets Facebook know, hey, other people may want to see this. Let's show it, let's suggest it to other people, because there's so many people that have liked it. Maybe some other people would like it. It helps them to know what's good content to suggest to you. And that's how you get your suggestions on your channel. Whenever you go to YouTube, it suggests things from you by what you like and what the things that you subscribe to. So that's how they're able to do what they do, and that's how you've probably found me. If it wasn't through word of mouth, YouTube suggested it because some nice person has hit like and subscribed to my channel. Thank you, each and every one of you. God bless each and every one of you. I'm sending hugs, mental hugs to y'all. Thank you. Bye.